place to celebrate with the whole community, with open arms, which is great.
A place to bring our family a sense of people really caring.
Extremely authentic people, compassionate people, welcoming people, and generous people.
Worthy is the Lamb who was slain. Worthy is the King who conquered the grave.
We call this parish home, and we call this parish our very greater family.
For me, being here at St. Agnes has to do with the vibrancy of this particular faith community.
There's something different here. There's a real joy, and the spirit of Christ is palpable.
Our vision is the vision of Jesus Christ, and that's why we're here, to bring his message of hope to the world.
This is amazing grace. This is unfailing love, that you would take my place, that you would bear my cross.
One of the great things I think about the parish is our sense of welcoming, regardless who you are, but also our willingness to meet you where you are and to try to bring you closer to Christ.
We always feel like we know people, and people are excited to see us, and we're excited to see them, and having that environment for our family is important to us.
When you see somebody come in that you know has not been here before,
yeah, you tend to talk to
everyone asks, just strike up a nice little conversation.
Yeah, if they never come in and sit down and just disappear, after a while somebody's going to talk to you.
There's a Christian community here, has been so welcoming to me, and especially being that I'm not from America, it's definitely different, but I think in human nature there are always common things, common elements that bring us all together.
When the door opens, the whole community is welcome, just like our Christmas Eve Mass, where it's open to the entire community.
I have had the opportunity over time to really grow in my faith here, to be with my children as their faith has blossomed.
This is someplace where we come always as a family, which isn't always true for a lot of different things that we participate in. Girls might do one thing, boys might do another thing.
When you raise kids in a parish, I think it's wonderful that you have a lot of models. So my kids have grown up with people that are just wonderful, model great behavior.
Risen, washed his sin away. Risen, truly risen, he walks with me today.
I think that St. Agnes is very open and welcoming to families and children, making it easy to bring kids to Mass.
The children's Mass is wonderful. We go to that knowing that they can be themselves and be kind of climbing around a little bit and roaring at people.
Sin away, set aside my sorrow.
To me, it reminds me of the scripture. When the apostles were trying to keep the kids away from Jesus, Jesus said, "Let the children come to me." And we certainly do that here at Family Liturgy.
This parish has something special. I discover a community of faith. I discover a community grow with kids, with families, and have a special religious education program. Everybody work together in this community.
My husband and I moved to Reading in '71. So we've been part of St. Agnes through a lot of change, but never once in all of those years have we ever felt alone.
Keep the memorial of the Lord's Paschal solemnity in this way.
It's the light that pierces through you to the darkest hidden place.
One of the many ministries that goes on within the church is the men's group, and I chose to participate in that because I thought it would be a good starting point for me to try and get to know people in the church.
When we first came to Reading, we didn't really know anybody. And one of the things that I think Sonia and I committed to was to join one ministry. And before you know it, you have a whole bunch of friends here at St. Agnes.
One of the special things about our parish is that there are so many people involved in so many things that make a difference in people's lives. Whether it be the music ministry, the visiting the sick in the hospitals, the grieving ministry.
We're involved with the engaged couples ministry.
I'm on parish council. I have been for a goodly number of years.
I've been a lector for 18 years.
It's taking ownership in the community, in the parish, that, you know, if you don't put your foot forward and help out, it's not going to go anywhere, but you get a lot from it as well.
Currently, I coordinate faith and fellowship groups for our parishioners, and that is a great joy to see so many people sharing their faith in small groups in people's homes.
Learning about each other, different struggles, but we all can relate. And I learn a lot from other people from those groups.
St. Agnes has a rich history of various small groups meeting, calling people into a deeper experience of faith that goes beyond Sunday worship, although that's a critical part of it.
Just call it what it is, call it grace. Ooh.
We have very talented priests at this parish.
Absolutely.
Who give incredible homilies. And homilies matter. They give meaningful homilies that tie into what we're living now. And that's important for all of us, and especially for young people, because it needs to be relevant to them in order for them to make the connection.
Well, it started as my parents bringing me to church every week. In a family thing, I went with my brother and my parents. And then I started getting involved in the parish myself as a religious education teacher for 2nd grade.
It's nothing less than scandalous that Jesus.
So St. Agnes is a large program. We have about 800 families, about 1,100 kids in grades 1 through senior in high school. If they're not receiving formation, they're volunteering as catechists, teachers of the faith. We believe in a very multidimensional way of transferring the faith.
Resurrection, body, and life everlasting.
Well, I think the most meaningful thing from my point of view is what I've been able to give my children. What we have been able to give them is because of St. Agnes, is because of what we have gotten out of St. Agnes as a family.
Being part of the kind of family that this place is, and watching it grow through the years.
We're a family here at St. Agnes. The people make the church, and the more families, the stronger we're all going to be in our faith.
Sometimes it's a struggle. People have been away from the church for a while and they may feel uncomfortable about coming back. Wherever they've been, wherever they are, Jesus meets them right here, and we're here to help them.
New friends, old friends that have the same beliefs, that have the same joy in their life. I think it's joy. I think if there's joy here, even if there's sorrow, there's still the joy of Jesus' love. And I have this lady to thank for that.
We just like it more and more the longer we're here, don't we?
Yes, of course.
We've been here since 1963.
I have to say my daughter's wedding has got to be the highlight. It was fabulous. It's a happy day in and of itself, but then all our friends in this atmosphere.
The spirit that started this parish over 100 years ago is still evident. The parish continues to grow, drawing in more and more people from the communities around us to help foster our belief in God, but also to bring hope to the community around us.